And how are your Australian market going, your second product?
Really good. I already got a bestseller badge after 2.5 weeks, which is good. I was pretty happy with that. And we had our
What's up, guys? This is Jay here coming to you live from Prague, Czech Republic. The time is 4:30. I am here with my friend Barry from Canada. Barry, introduce yourself for a second. Where are you from exactly in Canada?
I live in Camrose, Alberta.
Awesome stuff. Well, today's going to be an interview. It's going to be an exciting interview because I have known Barry for a long time. In fact, we connected for the first time in 2013 when I first got involved in this business. And recently I started working with Barry this year, and Barry's on the path to building a full-on e-commerce business. And I thought this was a great opportunity for us to do an interview and go through his journey, what he went through, where he was at before, where he is now, and what struggles he went through, just so that you guys can relate to his story and perhaps pick up a few golden nuggets from here and there from this interview. So with that said, Barry, introduction. Why don't you tell us what you do, your situation, you're married, kids, all that stuff, just who you are. Who's Barry?
Yeah, I'm actually married. I've been with my wife for 28 years. I met her when I was 16. We have 2 children, a 15-year-old son and a 23-year-old daughter.
Cool.
And I normally work a couple of jobs. One, I run a detailing business, and I also work in a pipe mill when they're going.
Wow. Okay. A lot of things you're juggling there, Barry. Now, I know that in regards to now the people who watch my channel, they're here because they want to learn how to build an online business, more specifically e-commerce, because that's what I specialize in. But I know when I first got started, when we first connected, I wasn't doing Amazon, I wasn't doing e-commerce, I was doing something else. We connected through. How did we connect, Barry? Was it through? How did we connect? Did I add you? Did you add me? What happened there?
I seen an ad, and then that's who I got hooked up with was with you.
I see. You saw my ad. Okay, I got it. Okay,
Yep.
cool.
Yep.
I was doing affiliate marketing back then, and I know you were looking at online businesses at that time as well. So 2013. When did you start looking at online businesses? When did you decide, okay, I need to sort of look at some things online because things do exist online. People are making money online, do have businesses online. When did you start looking actively for opportunities on the internet?
I always have. I guess since 2013, I've tried a few different programs. Nothing really worked for me. So I guess it would have been like a year ago. The Amazon thing came up for me, and I looked into it, and I'm like, I really liked the whole idea, and it was like, okay, this is the way I need to go. This is the way I need to move.
Got it. And what attracted you about the Amazon business?
Just because for me, it's the time management of it. It's easier to manage. You really don't directly deal with the customer, which I've always liked, but it takes time. You can deal with a whole bunch of customers and a group a lot quicker doing it through Amazon than you can other ways.
Got it. So punchline was really the shipping and handling, the dirty work that you didn't have to do. Is that fair to say?
Correct. Yep.
Actually, the same with me as well. When I first came across the idea that someone else will receive my inventory and ship it out and take care of refunds and customers, that's when I realized this can actually be an online business, not a
correct.
Yeah, exactly, right. Because when you think of like physical products, people probably thinking, I have to sit down and ship products away and go to the post office and make sure they've received the product, all of that stuff. That's what's amazing about Amazon and today's way of buying and selling online. We don't have to do that stuff. Currently I'm in Europe. Barry was just finishing his night, and he's still. Oh, are you getting? No, you're starting your day. I'm finishing my night. and you're
Yep.
waking up to sales and stuff while you're sleeping, which is great, which is exactly what I signed up for, and I think which is what many people sign up for as well. Now, in regards to getting started, how did you get started? Did you watch YouTube videos? How did you see the process of before we met, before
Um,
we connected?
I seen one of my friends on Facebook saying that he was selling on Amazon.
Right.
So I just messaged him.
I see.
I didn't realize that Amazon actually had individual selling for them. I didn't get the whole scope of it, even though I bought a lot off of Amazon.
I see.
I always like buying on Amazon, so I just like their guarantee. Most places you don't get a guarantee like that. If it's no good, you send it back.
Yeah, got it, got it. So that was a really interesting note that you just said there. You said you had shopped on Amazon, but you had never known that you're purchasing products from sellers, like third-party sellers. You thought it was Amazon.
Yeah. Yep.
Got it. So when you came along, when you came across your friend who was selling on Amazon, everything just made sense to you. Oh shit, I'm buying from Amazon. It could have been my friend that I was probably buying from, and I could be the
Yeah.
person selling on Amazon. So it all made sense to you, and that's where you sort of
Yep.
got it.
Correct. And then so I texted him, and he set me up with a fellow
Got it.
on that actually actively sells on Amazon right now. And I went through the process with him, picked a product, picked a product that I like. We went through the picture process, and that's where I wasn't happy, because I can really see what people are going to buy. So I just wasn't happy with my pictures, and I'm like, there's got to be a better way. I asked myself that question. And then that's when you posted something on Facebook about being an Amazon seller, which I had no idea.
Interesting.
So then I sent a message to you, and we got hooked up, and I jumped in.
Got it. Cool. So that's the story up till now. Interesting how things turn out, don't they, Barry? I've got a couple of questions here just to follow up, because I'm sure people are interested here. From the day you had your thought, okay, I'm gonna give this thing a go, to the day you had your Amazon account approved, how long did it take?
It took a while because of the coronavirus.
Okay.
Yeah, about 7 months. So
What took you 7 months? Okay.
Well, we got approved for a seller account last January.
Okay.
I ordered my product, and my product sat with the supplier for 7 months or 6 months because it was non-essential.
Oh,
I was able to sell it.
Got it.
Yeah.
Interesting. So your product was stranded, like properly stranded. You just couldn't sell it.
Yeah.
Amazon
Yeah.
wouldn't accept it. And from the day you got your Amazon account sorted, from the day you nailed down and selected your first product, how long did that process take?
That didn't take very long. Probably a few weeks.
Interesting. Yeah, a few weeks sounds about right. Products. The reason I asked is for many sellers, especially new beginners who want to get involved, this product selection part can take anywhere from 2 weeks to 2 months, possibly even more sometimes. And in terms of your product selection, now obviously today, from the day you had your account till today, you've had 3 products, right? The one that was stranded, and the one that we 2 are working on, or is
two that are actually selling right now. Yep.
Cool. So the first one that's in the US market, that was the one that was stranded first. Got
yes, it. Correct.
Got it.
So then, which made me think different about the business, because you should really be well diversified and selling a lot of different things in case something like that ever happens again, at least as long as you have an essential product.
Got it. That is a really good takeaway, I think. Essential product. Yeah, I think everyone took away a lot from this lockdown, because we all knew that the only products that were selling that people needed at all time were necessity goods. So it was a big boom, and a lot of new products started being established. There were portable bathtubs, portable showers, all the products that you don't normally see were now being developed and sold. But yeah, cool. So you now today, as of today, have got 2 products up. And how long have you been selling actively for? Like selling from your first sale? Actually, before we say that, How long did it take for you to get your first sale?
Oh, I think like 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
It took a while.
Cool.
Yeah.
2 weeks
Yep.
to get your
Yep.
first sale. Got it. And that was
Yep.
the American market. And that product was which category? What sort of category were you in?
That would be home and security.
Got it. Home and security. Cool. And the second
Yep.
product that you've launched, it's in the Australian market. What category is that in?
That would be in kitchen and dining.
Got it. Perfect.
Yep.
So how long have you been selling those products for? From the first product until now, how long has it been?
3 months.
So your very first product in the American
Yep.
market and your second product until today. So both products you've launched in 3 months.
Yep.
Perfect. So one is going in the American market, one is going in the Australian market, which is a great thing I think you've done because you've now spread out not just the product, but also the marketplace, which is great. And now, how are your sales today? How many have you sold? What is the situation with your first product? And what is the situation with your second product? Let's talk about the first one first. How's that going?
Good. It's a little bit challenging at first just because I did run out of stock. And the way that it is right now to actually fly it, to have something flown is expensive.
So
Being a new person on Amazon, I'm only allowed to stock so many units. So it's a bit challenging there.
Got it.
Yes, so that's the challenge that I'm kind of running into right now.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
And how many units did you send for the first time for the
100.
Okay, so you sold 100.
Yep.
And now you have a second batch on the way.
Yeah, of 200.
200. Great.
Yep.
When is that expected to arrive?
That should be there this week. It's already being UPS to the Amazon warehouse as we speak right now.
That's great. And how?
Yep.
When did the 100 units run out?
About 5 weeks ago.
Got it. So for about 5 weeks, we've just been waiting for the second batch to come. So you sold out of your first 100 units in about a month and a half, roughly. That's good.
Yep.
And how are your Australian market going? Your second product?
Really good. I already got a bestseller badge after 2.5 weeks, which is good. I was pretty happy with that. And we had our first review yesterday, which was a 5-star review.
Yeah. It's amazing, isn't it? You're a product that you put together, a brand name that did not exist 3 months ago, a product that did not exist 3 months ago, the packaging, the design, you put it all together, and now it's out in the Australian market on Amazon, and your product is the best-selling product in its category in Australia. How amazing is that in just about a couple of months?
Yep. Very good.
Now, where to from here? So you are obviously restocking off this product?
Yep, I've actually ordered another 200 units for that, and they'll be shipping it this week.
Got it. How many of those have you sold so far for your second one?
55.
Cool. And what's the price of it?
It's selling for $40.
$40. And how long does it take for you to sell your 55 units?
Just over 3 weeks.
That's good. That's really good.
Yep.
And how much have you spent on your advertising so far?
15%.
ACOS? 15%?
Yes.
That is really, really good for a brand new product that is just one review. That is excellent, Barry. I'm really, really pleased with your journey, and I'm really glad that things are all shaping up. Now, where do you see currently where you're currently at right now? Do you feel like you're getting the hang of this thing? Where is your mindset at today versus how it was maybe perhaps 3 months ago? Were you 3 months ago afraid of locking a product in and just moving forward, or are you more confident now? What is the difference between the Barry today mindset versus the Barry's mindset 3 months ago? One of the main things.
It was a little bit nerve-wracking at first, just because it really wasn't selling.
Got it.
And my confidence level wasn't very good.
Yeah.
But I did have two things. Both my products, I have them both in my home because I wanted to test to make sure they were good.
Yeah.
And I know they're good products. And after seeing how it works and getting a few good reviews, And as soon as you get those good reviews, it just takes momentum, and it's a lot easier. Then things really start to sell. They were very slow. My last week of sales kind of shocked me because I was selling 4 to 6 every day my last week.
Oh,
and that was after getting it. Oh yeah, after getting a bunch of reviews. So from Saturday to Saturday, before I ran out of stock, I sold 4 to 6 a day.
That is amazing, Barry. 4 to 6 a day is you're fully on track on. You have 2 products. If they're both doing 5-ish sales a day, and one is $40, other one is $30, it really adds up. I think the next 12 months are going to be very interesting for you in terms of what sort of products you add, where do you take it. But so far, I think Australian marketplace is looking promising in terms of profits. That's fair to say, I think, with the product and profits and returns.
Yep, definitely.
Cool. Now, if there's one thing or a couple of things, if you have in mind that you want to, if someone is just starting out who does not have the Amazon account, who's got nothing, they're just, they probably just come across this opportunity and they're just sort of dabbling with it. One, what would you say to them? And 2, people who are already walking this path, who are perhaps 3 months, 6 months, 1 year deep, and they haven't got the results they're looking for, what would you say to them? So 2 people, beginners, complete beginners, and people who are currently in it and haven't sold, are not selling or not in profits. What would you say to them?
For a new seller, I mean, just for both of them, if you want to have a life of freedom, it's not by having a job. We all know that. And, it may take a little bit of work. For me, I found it actually a lot of it to be fun. I actually like designing my own pictures, making my own write-up, working with designers, working with suppliers. It is a lot of work, but after you get your first product done, it becomes way easier after that. Which you would know because you approved all my pictures on the second one, and I didn't really need a lot of guidance from you on the second one.
That was very interesting, and I'll probably pitch in here as well for the people who are already selling on Amazon and are already in this path. I strongly push imagery. I really do. In fact, when Barry and I connected, he already had a product, he already had an Amazon account, he already had a lot of things done. And when we connected, it was purely to learn sales and marketing, wasn't it? It was purely just learn sales and marketing. It was, and that included imagery, how to take a customer on a journey, if you will. It's not just about white background photographs. It's about imagery. How do you work with a designer to make someone actually buy that product? And I think you've gone through that process and you've really mastered it, and you found a great designer, and you know how to work with them. You know how to, how pictures work. Barry just pitched in earlier. He said he loves designing the images. What he meant by that was he knows how to plan out the images and pass it over to someone who can carry it out. Just like architects. Architects don't build a house, but they know how to plan out everything. And just like that, Barry has now learned how to plan out images for any product and keywords for any product and effectively have it selling from the very first 2, 3, 4 weeks, right? Which has been the key. Once you know how to market it, it goes from the very first week, second week, third week, fourth week, first month at the very least, as opposed to those who have got a product and they have been dabbling with it for 3 months and 6 months, have not got the results. Most of the time, 9 out of 10, it's actually the marketing, which means it's the images, it's your keywords and so forth. And I think I'm really glad to see that you've mastered that. The imagery part is the second images. I didn't even give any feedback. It was pretty much all from you, which was really good to see. Cool.
Yeah. So if you are an Amazon seller and you haven't been selling very well in 3 to 5 months, the advice I could give you is really look at your own stuff.
Yeah.
And look at it, and do you think it's the best that it can be? And I don't know, even on the stuff that I'm selling right now, I'm always thinking of ways to still improve it, make it look better.
Yeah.
And that's what you got to do. Look at somebody who sells a lot of stuff on Amazon. Not all of them, but like somebody who really stands out. Look at them and just look at their images. Look at the way they word everything. Is yours similar to that? You know, like, can you see how that person's making their sale?
Yeah, and the key is just to have the best, simply to have the best looking listing on Amazon. You know, one of my students in New Zealand went through that process. She has recently literally just spent $1,500 on her imagery. $1,500. She went all out. She got her product is such that deserves it. It's a very like jewelry type product, if you will. So she got like a stylist to set up the stage, and she got a photographer to take the photos of the product, and she went all in, and by far is the best looking listing on Amazon. And I think it is the key. It is the key. And I think once you have mastered it, you gain so much confidence in selling any product. So
Yep.
Good stuff. I think that's probably a good little short casual interview today, Barry. Do you have
Yep.
any last words that you want to wrap up with in terms of your business, or perhaps where you see yourself going, or perhaps your plans for the future, or where your mindset is right now, or anything that you want to just wrap up with?
All I would have to say is, and it's a quote I got from you, start an internet business before you have to.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because the world is changing that way. And I realize that. And the jobs that were used to be out there 10, 20 years ago, it's not the same world we used to live in.
Yeah.
So you either change with the world or you get left behind.
Yeah, that's very, very powerful message to leave everyone on. Thank you so much, Barry, for joining us, and thank you everyone for watching this. We'll see you next time with more interviews. Take care. Over and out.